Welcome back to another episode of Paper Mache People. I'm your host, Yilin, and today I'm super excited to introduce our next guest on the show, Yeo Li-Fang. My co-host Mishra and I have known Li-Fang since middle school, and even back then she was unstoppable. Ballet, basketball, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If it required discipline and grit, she was all in. Fast forward to today, Li-Fang holds a PhD in oral and gut microbiome research and is now a postdoctoral scientist at the University of Turku in Finland. I mean, is that insane or what? During Chinese New Year, the three of us would often gather at Misha's family home in Kuala Lumpur and catch up on life in person. This year, as the newest member of the so-called Paper Mache Club, we were especially curious about Li-Fang's life abroad. So we asked her to spill the beans on our podcast. Finland has been ranked the happiest country in the world for 8 consecutive years. But is it really? And what does that mean for someone who wasn't born and raised there? Let's ask Li-Fang. So Li-Fang, you are currently living in Finland for how long?
A year and a half now.
And where in Finland?
I live on the southwest coast. Well, I'm getting very good at introducing where I live. We're quite south. It's a place called Turku, which is the old capital, kind of like Malacca. So it's vibe-wise, it's also same because it's a port city. So we have a lot of sailboats, and then we have the shipbuilding yard is also there.
Cool. So what brought you there?
Good question. Money. Literally work. I was applying for 2 years nonstop actually.
Wow.
Worldwide for a postdoc position. I think for academia it's quite common where they actually already have a candidate in mind. Then they open it to the public for transparency purposes, but then you usually don't get the position. For this one, it's kind of similar-ish because I was in contact with the professor for 9 months. And then finally they opened the position for me.
Congratulations on that. That's not easy.
Thanks.
It's not an easy.
Yeah.
Did you have like a destination that you wanted to go?
No, I think that was the good thing because there is so little money in the world at the moment. That's why it didn't matter to me what country it was. As long as there's money, as long as the boss is not crazy.
There are crazy bosses all around the world, I think.
Yes, but then you can kind of tell if you can work with the boss if through contact, emails, Zoom calls.
Yes.
That you know if you hit off with this person.
Yeah. In a way, it's good that you had 9 months to get to know him before.
That is true. One of the differences is not to say that Malaysia is not good, but it's like in a place where there's less opportunity, then you would feel like, okay, whatever the boss says goes. Because I just want to get this job. You're a bit more desperate because that was how I was. Then when I meet people from Europe, they're like, oh, I'm not sure. I want to see the lab. I want to see if I fit the vibe. To us, it's like, what vibe?
So you can be more picky, basically.
Yes, because then they can then the boss also kind of expects like, okay, that this person wouldn't say yes immediately. But when they hired me, I was like, yes.
I remember when you were moving or when you were deciding to leave Malaysia, one big part of your consideration were your parents.
Yeah.
And how did you overcome that expectations on both ends?
I don't know. I think I was just crying.
Did they know that you were applying?
Yes. And they were very supportive, but at the same time when I got the offer, they were like, yay! But also you can see like, okay, this person is leaving. And I think it didn't hit either of us that I would be gone for 3 years. This is not just like she'll be gone for 1 month, then she'll be back. Because I think it hit everyone at different time that actually she's not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah.
The moment that you left Malaysia, what was your biggest fear or what was your, anticipation, excitement?
I don't know. I am not the excited type of person where it's
I'm
excitable, but it's when I have change in my environment, I deal with it quite poorly because when I was leaving, it was actually quite bad that I had to go to a psychologist because I was having trouble sleeping, and it was getting so bad that she had to prescribe me
Sleeping pills.
I don't think they're called sleeping pills. It's like for anxiety. The dose that she gave me was pretty strong.
Yeah.
And then everyone was kind of just telling me that you'll be fine. And then they tell me their story of going abroad. And it was very different because a lot of them went abroad as students.
Yes.
So then they have like the student body, they have the community, yes, of all students, of all, whereas I was going as an adult.
Yeah.
So I think that was very different. They kind of expect you to already be, you have your life settled out. It's like you are used to moving to places, for example.
Yeah, the expectation is that you can figure yourself out.
Yes.
And you don't need someone to handhold you. But actually,
Yes, I need.
it's actually quite scary. Yeah.
It was horribly scary.
Yeah. And wait, just to, for the record, like how old were you when you moved?
Good question. 30?
Right. So then, by then, you already have like this whole adult life that you lived out in Malaysia. And yeah, you have to kind of rebuild from scratch. No friends, no family. So when you arrived there, how did you make friends?
By the way, the whole of Finland has 5 million population. Kuala Lumpur itself is already 5 million. So
Wow. And in Turku, how many people are there?
I don't know, but they're quite.
It's about 100K. Not that small.
Yeah, it's not super small, but still, people like to keep to themselves.
Yeah, I think that's generally the case in European places.
Yeah. They have their childhood friends and they tend to
Yeah.
stick to their childhood friends. And
So,
yeah.
like in Finnish, if you are a childhood friend, you're called ystävä. But if you are a friend that I meet you, like maybe we're kind of like maybe our
Teens.
time is like maybe 2-3 years, then you're kaverit, which is
So
like
they
a
have-
buddy.
So they have a different word
Yes,
for it.
you can only graduate kaverit to become ystävä if like for some, I don't know, you save the person's life or something. But then they were also telling me that in Finland, a lot of the people are actually suffering from loneliness.
Yeah.
Like people who grew up there, they have their family, they have their friends, and still they're lonely. And then you as a foreigner, you reach there and you're like, oh, everyone is also lonely. Then how?
But then don't they say that the Finns are the happiest people in the
Oh,
world?
I don't. This is a very common response even to Finnish people. They're like, probably it's rigged, and then someone every time they give out the
Survey.
it's like, oh, we have to keep the pride. So it's like, yes, everything's happy. No,
Or is it like, you know, when you are miserable, then even the smallest things can make you
that's true.
happy?
I don't know about the survey, but that is actually quite true. So like I take small wins.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's been a horrible day or like a horrible week, but then if, for example, I don't know, it starts snowing, then it's then I tell myself that today is a great day. And then I just go to sleep like, wow, today is a great day. And I kind of brainwash myself. But over time, like if, for example, today I spoke to 3 people. Speaking means hi, good morning.
Yeah.
Do you want some coffee? That's talking.
Yeah.
So I speak to 3 people. Wow, today I speak to so many people.
Yeah. What is it like living in a country where you don't speak the language?
I don't know. The first few months was just so much guessing.
Yeah.
It's the grocery store can take up to 45 minutes because you have to Google Translate every damn thing.
Do you ever buy something thinking it's something else?
Usually no,
Okay.
because oh no, I did. I bought something like I thought it was blueberry juice. It turned out to be blueberry soup.
Soup?
Yeah,
Never
Yeah,
had blueberry
it's
soup.
like
Yes. It's like you bought something you drink when you're sick, apparently.
it's a very good thing for you to go to cure constipation.
Do you drink it warm?
No, it's cold. It's cold.
I don't think they prescribe it
But
for
it's the-
constipation
it's the same-
specifically.
You know, like even in Malaysia, they have this thing where you buy the fiber, you put it into water, it becomes this slimy thing.
Yeah. Silent husk.
The soup is slimy.
Oh.
It's a soup. It's thick and slimy.
Doesn't sound so appetizing.
But it's not that bad, what?
I guess it tastes okay.
I mean, because like blueberry, if you blend it,
Yes.
it will become kind of mushy.
Yes.
So to me, it's blueberry juice.
Actually, it's not too bad. It's just,
Yeah.
it was a shock to me when I wanted something like juice, and it came out like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Mhm. So how's your Finnish now after a year and a half?
I'm very proud to say that I now have a reading capability of a 5-year-old.
Nice. That's really good, actually. Yeah.
That's very impressive.
A year and a half. So the first 2 words that I learned was but, poo, and cucumber.
Interesting
And
choice
then,
of words.
and then so one of my colleagues was like, okay, you have the same capability as my 2-year-old. That's how I kind of, okay, yes, 2-year-old is kind of correct. And then now I can read some of the, so I am reading the children books.
Yeah.
Now I can read the words. I can maybe understand like 75% of the book,
Okay,
which is
nice.
really cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and by that level, you can kind of guess the other
Yes.
meanings of the
Yes.
words.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of learn organically rather
Yeah.
than having to look up every single word
Exactly.
in the
Yeah.
in
Yes.
the dictionary. Yeah.
Yes. And also because I watch like the Moomin series,
Mhm.
and because it's a kids show, so then it's
Yeah.
always Moomin is always shouting, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then I learned that. Like, so it's they repeat a lot of words,
Yeah.
and then I pick up the phrases. There was one time, like 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
I could finish the entire. So the series doesn't come with English subtitles, so it's Finnish subtitles or Swedish subtitles. And then I just read it with the Finnish subtitles. I could understand 75 also because it's, you can guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always looking for
I
something.
think like watching shows with subtitles on in the language, like for you in Finnish subtitles, or for me, I'm also watching shows with Swedish subtitles. Even though it's like a English, like American show,
Yes.
I will put on Swedish subtitles just so that I kind of get exposed to different words
Yep.
more naturally. Yeah, I think that helps a lot.
It's the same as when we watch TVB with the Malay subtitles. Ours Malay was so good.
That's
As a
how I
kid.
learned Malay
Oh,
also.
Malay was so good.
Otherwise, there are words that you won't
Yes.
come across in real life,
Yes.
right? I actually read an article that you wrote. Yeah, you posted it on LinkedIn.
Oh, I remember now.
And it was about your sailing
Oh, shit.
experience. It didn't sound like you liked it so much. I was planning on going to learn how to sail. So it was like,
Me too.
for me, it's like a highlight, something I'm looking forward to when I move to
Yes.
Sweden. After reading your article, I'm like, are they so
No,
cold?
no. Okay, so for the record, I think the baseline was, it was a really good experience. But then it was because I was in a space where I'm also a bit not, well, kind of awkward and uncomfortable. So then I was kind of pushing myself to go and try new things.
Yeah.
So then I was put in a very uncomfortable situation. So I kind of already expected myself to malfunction. So I was malfunctioning quite a bit. So malfunctioning meaning that I'm kind of less prone to actually speaking to people.
Yeah.
So then I will keep to myself a bit more, which is fine. This is why I love Finland, because if you keep to yourself, you're just normal. Like, you're not like, in Malaysia, they'll be like, "Are you okay?" But then in Finland, it's like, it's
That's
fine.
the norm.
Yes, it's fine. So I was very glad to have the space to kind of just not force myself to have to speak to people. But the experience was, I love the Finnish archipelago. My goodness, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
There are swans.
Oh.
Sometimes you can see eagles. Sometimes you see naked people, because they are sunbathing in their own house.
In the winter?
No, so
Okay.
a lot of these are during late spring, summer,
Mhm.
and then kind of early autumn.
Mhm.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. What else did you discover there that you haven't done in Malaysia?
Camping.
I also read that article.
Oh, wait, actually, so
Wait, you were super cold in that one. I remember you were underdressed.
I'm super cold anytime. Well, okay, no, that's not true. I'm still learning how to dress, because -5 plus wind and without wind is still very different. With
Yes.
-10,
Yes.
with wind, no wind.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bet the Finns have the same saying, like there's no bad weather,
Yes.
there's just
Bad clothing.
bad clothing.
That's what they kept saying to me, and I'm like, that's not helping me. I don't know what I'm supposed to wear.
Yeah. It took me a while to figure it out. I figured out that if I were just to copy what people
Yes.
around me, like
Mhm.
what were they wearing, that's the right thing to do.
You know what's so cute? That something just popped up in my head just now when we were talking about this. If you watch Japanese news on TV, they always have the weather forecast. And then they will put out like what is suitable to wear
Really?
tomorrow.
That's so cute.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's so helpful actually.
Yes.
And so it's like in the morning it will be quite chilly and windy, so you want to bring a windbreaker. But in the afternoon when the sun comes out, then it's quite warm, so maybe just 2 layers is enough. So it's like, wow, to that
so
detail. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Something that I was not used to in the beginning, especially, is that the daytime to midday to nighttime temperature is 20 degrees difference, whereas here it's like maybe 5.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you deal with the darkness in your first winter?
This darkness is so infamous. I think this is what I learned. Even the Finnish people, they struggle with it.
Yeah.
This is what I learned this winter. That it's not that just because I didn't grow up there, that's why I'm not used to it. It's like I don't think you would ever get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you learn how to deal with it. Like
Do you have those sunlight lamps?
a friend gave it to me.
Yeah.
But the thing is so annoying to my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't
How do you
use
actually use it?
it. I use it to read. Because to me, it's very odd that I turn on the lamp and just put it in my face. So I use it either when I'm reading or when I'm knitting. When I cannot see the stitch, I turn on the
Yeah.
sunlight. No, so because what I learned was that the people kind of like they know that they're kind of like they're kind of dropping, and then they do some stuff because that's what I did this winter.
So what do you do against it?
I went out.
Yeah.
Where it
Okay.
was.
That makes sense.
In Finland, you would almost never think like, it's such a nice weather. Never. It will either be, it's either too hot when it's like really, really peak summer. Then it's like, holy shit, it's too hot. Then it's winter. Then it's like, okay, it's quite windy. It's quite muddy. It's rain. You will never.
But in the summer, it can be like quite magical and beautiful, doesn't it? Become like, you know, when it's in the evening and it's 9 p.m., but it's still light out. And
That's the annoying thing.
what? You cannot sleep with the lights out,
I
is
cannot
it?
sleep with the lights on.
I think the first time I was experiencing the Swedish summer, I was staying up a bit late, and it was 11 p.m. and it was still light out.
Yeah.
And then I saw like the sunset
Yes.
around between 11 to 12. And then I was staying late, so I was up until like 2, 3 a.m. And then the sun,
Yes.
sun rose
wow.
again.
Really?
So by the time I slept at 2:30, the sun was up already and the birds were chirping. And then what came to my mind was like, the birds, right? Won't they have insomnia? Because like 11
Human.
p.m. they are chirping.
Yes.
And then 2 a.m. they are chirping
Yes.
also. So I was like, do they sleep?
And imagine if you have to go to work like that. So it's the entire most
That
people,
we invented eye masks.
yes, because it's cheaper than buying like
And light
blackout
blocking.
curtain after
blackout
blackout
curtains.
curtain.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's very insane. So it's like very extreme
Yes.
compared to like Malaysia, where everything is so regular. Throughout the year, it's hot. Throughout the year, you have sunlight.
Yeah.
And going to a place like Scandinavia is, I think, especially shocking for people from like us.
Tropical folks.
Yeah.
And also because like as a kid and then in high school I'm always outdoors playing basketball.
Yeah.
So then I thrive on sun. And I go to the place that has no sun.
Yeah, and you kind of like take it for granted, right?
Yes.
When you're in Malaysia, you feel, so hot lah.
Yes.
It's like the rain comes, but then it also goes in like
Yes.
pretty quickly, and there's no like one whole week where it's misery.
Like in December, there was an entire week where Turku only got 5 minutes of sunlight.
I read about that. I read about on like the news.
Yes.
Stockholm is also the same.
Yes.
They only the whole month
Yes.
they got like 30 minutes of
Yes.
What?
sunlight.
That's so completely
So we have this thing where it's in November, I think it's kind of the worst. And then they celebrate the greyest or darkest day, which is always in November. And then then they have a concert and it's sponsored by the company Original, which is the long drink that they have. It's actually a really good alcoholic drink. That's my go-to drink when I go to the sauna. Then-
Sauna.
Sauna.
Are you a sauna person?
Yes, I am.
Do you have it available for easy access? all
Well,
the
I don't
time?
know if it's easy access. You take the bus for half an hour. We have many saunas around us, and the ones that I go to are always maintained by the municipality of
Yeah.
Turku.
Okay.
So they're quite cheap, like
Yeah.
6-7 euros. So, and then it's always by the sea.
Really?
Yes, always.
That's really
it's
cool.
because Turku is by the sea, so you
Yeah.
have the ones by the sea, and then either that or then they are by the lake or river. and
Some
you
body
can-
of water.
yes,
Yeah.
and you can always jump inside.
Nice.
So it's like the cold dunk. I was like talking to my friend who did it in Sweden, where she went hiking for multiple days, and then
Yes.
every day she will stay at like a mountain hut or something, and they
Yes.
will have a sauna, and then it's by the stream. And then she described it's like you 煮面, you know, you have to 锅冷河.
Yes.
You have to run the noodles
Yes.
in cold water to make it springy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This
Yeah,
was the first year that I had a subscription for a sauna, and I think it definitely increased my like life quality because I think it made me less depressed during the winter because
Yes.
it gave me some warmth.
Yes. And something to do.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's like also the piece of just like not doing anything for that 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're just like focusing on your body, and you know, and then you 过冷河, and then you come
Yes.
back in. That feeling is magical.
Yes.
It's like tingly. Yeah, the word I was looking for just now is I don't know if it's pronounced loili, like
Lolu.
what?
Lolu. It starts with
Lolu.
L.
L.
Yeah, Lolu. So it's like, I don't know.
That's I
steam.
think.
Yes,
Yes, the steam generated by throwing water on
Yes.
hot rocks.
Yes.
Yeah, so whenever I go to those
Lolu.
Loryu, yeah, places in Japan,
Uh-huh.
they will have this ritual one. They will like every 20 minutes they will have staff that come in and then they pour water on the rocks, then it
What?
comes
Nice.
steam, and then they will come with like the fans. So they will fan the steam on each individual sitting.
Wow, this
Seems
is
like the Japanese service
Oh,
is
yeah.
better.
I want to go to Japan.
That was quite hardcore. Many people will have to leave halfway because it's just
Yeah,
too
because
hot. Yeah.
I think it's too hot if you kind of one shot dump too much water.
Yeah.
So in like what we do is usually kind of when it gets a bit cold, or you want to make sure to do it before it gets cold, and then you kind of put like 2 scoops. And also it's just kind of polite to like, hey, can I put more steam in
Ah.
finish? So then it's because I've been there so often that I actually learned the phrase. And then they're
Ah.
usually quite like happy or thankful. Then like, yes, please. Like
Right,
that's very
right.
lovely of you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Because also sometimes they see that you're a foreigner. Sometimes I forget, like how you know I'm a foreigner, and I'm like, what the hell am I talking about? I look so different.
Are they quite homogenous there? Is there not many immigrants?
Lately I think there are more, but then I think maybe 10 years ago not so much.
So it's like the percentage of like if you see someone that's not like Finnish looking, like native, then they're most likely not born there.
Not necessarily, because there's a very big population of Vietnamese. They were displaced from the Vietnam War,
Yeah.
and then they were displaced to Lapland.
Oh no, what?
Wow.
Yes.
That's a long way.
Yes. So they lived in Lapland, and then I think there was another group they kind of ended up in California.
Yeah.
So they speak Finnish.
So well, you don't look like Vietnamese also, so I guess.
I think they cannot tell. So what they always do is they kind of just speak Finnish to you first,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I can say yes, no, and then they go da 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 da, and I'm like, okay, sorry, that's too much Finnish. Then they switch to English.
That's kind of nice that they start speaking to you in Finnish.
I think it's different. My friend in Helsinki, they say that they just start everything with English. And then the locals get very annoyed because they're like, speak to me in Finnish. I'm Finnish. And the person is like, yes, thank you. Bye. So they kind of, I don't know, maybe they're a bit more tired. So it's like, I speak English I just say one time. Whereas here you have to go through the whole ritual of like,
Sorry.
yes. And then they have to repeat like, do you want a plastic bag? No, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the most common phrase that you learn when you move
Do you want
abroad, I
plastic
think.
bag?
Do you want a receipt?
Yes.
Do you want plastic
Do you
bag?
want receipt?
Pay by card, please.
Yes, exactly. Everyone knows how to say that
Yes.
first.
But in Finland, everyone pays by card.
Okay.
Very, very little cash.
Well, we've been talking about the dark side of
Yeah,
Finland,
the darkness
literally.
really gets
But
to
there are
you.
also some upsides like the sauna and sailing. So, what other stuff have made an impression on you during this time?
Because what Yiling just said kind of just made me realize that the way I deal with everything there. So like the darkness, the loneliness, the everything is just doing something. Do I really believe that the sauna has some magical properties that make you, I don't know, but I do. And there are studies that say that it actually makes your life longer,
Yeah.
lowers your risk for cardiovascular diseases. I don't know if that's true per se, because I believe that I'm happier when I go to sauna because I'm taking the bus or I'm walking, I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm doing something than
Yes.
staying in my house and go like, I can't beat this darkness. And then like 2 hours later, like, no, I want to
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay here anymore.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of purpose.
Yes. Yes.
It makes you leave your home, and I think
Yes, I think that's
the
very
act
important.
of leaving home
Correct.
actually makes a big difference.
Correct.
Yeah. Even for like a 10-minute walk.
Correct.
Yeah.
I actually heard on a quote from Joe Rogan, although I don't agree with a lot of things that
Yes.
Joe Rogan says, but this one thing I think I can agree with. It's like you can't overcome depression or feeling of stress, but you can always do something physically.
Yes.
And that will very often
Yes.
change your internal
Yes.
state. So like just going swimming or having a cold plunge, they can just bring you out from like your internal state that's like down.
Correct.
So what you cannot access internally, you have to do externally. Basically.
A lot of my friends at the moment, like they have kids, they have spouses, they have family, everyone's going through something difficult. So it's not just because like I'm living overseas and I have it the worst. You should pause your life and listen to how bad my life is in Finland. Everyone it's like everyone's struggling.
Yes.
And then I cannot kind of just like, okay, I rely on my friends, ask my friends to make me happy. So then there is only so much talking I can do to myself to kind of like to talk myself out of being whatever it is. Just go do something and distract myself to stop thinking about the problem. And then it becomes like a quite small problem. And then also you never know.
Yeah.
Like for example, I met so many nice people in the sauna. They get very talkative when they're
Really?
in the sauna, which
That's so
always
funny.
puts me off.
What's the main topic of conversation in the sauna?
They ask you, have you tried ice dipping? Or it's like, have you how long are you here? You look quite comfortable in the sauna. And then that was also the first time that I went for the cold swimming. I think it was 4 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And then I was actually really, really nervous because I was still I'm struggling with the cold with clothes on. More so just in my swimming wear. And then I was sharing my concerns about going ice swimming she was a Finnish colleague that I kind of just bumped into her in the sauna. And then she was kind of telling me how to do it. Like you finish, you just walk, you go in, you don't dip your head, and then just come back out. Then everyone in the sauna was listening because when there was an older lady, she stood up, she looked me straight in the eye, which is honestly very rare for Finnish people to do. She looked me straight in the eye. She was like, I'm going to a cold swim now. You should try it. So everybody heard me.
I think it's kind of interesting to have these interactions with strangers in the sauna. And I think it feels more like a village at certain times of like your daily life. Where in Malaysia, it's not the case. Where Malaysians are friendly, they're not. So I think this creates a conflict for us, right? Because where we expect conversation, there's no conversation. And where we don't expect conversation, there's too much conversation.
Yes. I think so.
Wait, are you naked in the sauna?
Okay, this It's very depends. Sometimes if it's a mixed sauna, so then I'm always dressed. If I go for a cold dip, and if it's a public sauna, then I'm always dressed as well. But when I was sailing, half of the people were naked. But when you're naked, it's always with the same sex. This happens in the archipelago on the islands. The saunas on the archipelago are one of the best because it's so hot and it's always the traditional type. And there is also like a path already for you to walk to the sea. And then it's so beautiful. And most of the I was very surprised because the women were just naked. And I'm thinking, what if someone walks past? But then people on the island, they kind of already know that because that's the sauna area, they should have like the privacy to go to sauna naked and then walk to, it's like maybe 300, 400 meters walk naked to the sea.
That's quite far, actually.
Yes, it's actually quite far.
Yeah,
Walk
that's quite far.
naked.
Yeah.
But they just do it. This is why I like sailing so much. You see a side of Finnish people that's kind of just, they only show to like maybe when they're among themselves. So
Yeah.
if it's like, let's say if the trip that I went had like half of them were foreigners, this would not happen. But because I was kind of maybe me and there was another person that was a foreigner, but she was also from the EU. That's why like they kind of just do. And then like the first mate kind of just walked in his complete full glory. He just came in, he just sat down, and then
His birth
yeah, he's a very nice person, but he's also very old. So he just sat down there, and then we were kind of, everyone was just talking like nothing only. Then I was just like, okay, like actually nothing.
Yeah.
It's not weird. They don't stare at you. They mind their own business.
Yeah.
Like this is the epitome of people don't care about you.
Yeah, so it's like two sides, right? Like because people don't care, then you feel lonely, but also because
Yes.
people don't care, then you can be free to
Yes,
do
you
whatever,
can do whatever
heck
you want.
Uh,
People don't care.
did you discover some sides of you that you didn't know about prior to moving?
I don't know. This is a very difficult question, Mishra.
deep
Very, very
question.
deep. Probably. I think I've always had this fighting spirit.
Yeah.
But then I was so severely tested when I moved to Finland. On days I really feel like I want to give up. I cannot. Even though like now I say like, okay, when it gets very dark, when it gets very hard or very cold, you should just go out. But honestly, it takes me half an hour to get myself out of the house.
Yes.
Because I'm just touching everything and I don't want to go out.
Yeah.
I just want to stay in my bed, under the covers, and just scroll my phone and just be depressed.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's an easier
Yes.
path,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Like I can just, at one point, I kind of just let myself do what I wanted. I stayed on the couch. I ate like one whole bag of potato chips and they sell them so the XL size and the regular size is the same price.
Oh, really?
Like
That's
maybe
interesting.
20 cents different.
Okay.
And it's like double or triple.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get the big pack.
Yes.
I finish it in one sitting. That's a problem. And then over time, I was like, the waist is really getting the round. Really round. And it was making me feel worse.
Yeah.
Then I realized that I cannot technically let myself do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, right?
Yes.
Because like you're not motivated and you feel
Yes.
depressed. And then you do stuff that makes you feel worse
Yes.
in the long run, and then you just like
Yes.
perpetuate. So it's like really important to catch yourself.
Correct. And also, it's kind of also to give yourself some time. So now you're hearing me as like a very kind of like, I sound very positive. I sound like I just took all the
过来人。
challenges. Like just like no, no. Sometimes it's like maybe it took time. Like
Yeah.
at one point, I couldn't run growing up as a teenager. I was always like an athlete. But then when I got there, I couldn't go for jogs. I didn't know what it was. So I go to the jiu-jitsu gym. And then there was always something in the gym that made me feel very, very uncomfortable. So it's just me. Like the cardio, I was kind of just reminded of how much of a foreigner I was in a strange place. And then every time the coach starts speaking in Finnish, so the whole session is in Finnish, I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Because it's
not nice.
it's very hard. But then at the same time, you cannot expect people to change a different language. But then some days it's just like, oh, I am so tired of trying.
Yeah,
I just want to,
totally
I
understand.
just don't want to do it. And then I realized that I was having, every time my heart rate went up a little bit, my body remembers the time when I had panic attack going to Finland. Then the heart rate will go even higher. And then I would be having like a mini anxiety attack for no reason. I realized this because too much potato chips and I needed to go for a jog. So I thought, okay,
Yeah.
jogging is easier because I don't have to see people. If I have to go to the gym, I have to talk to people. So I go jog. I jog myself for half an hour. I couldn't because when I started jogging, the moment my heart rate just go up a little bit, then I realized that I was actually having a panic attack every single time I went jogging.
Oh, wow.
Because the body remembers when it's like straight away adrenaline a little bit, it just went overdrive.
So what do you do then when you went for a jog?
Walk. No, then after that, I just kind of have to teach my body again that every time my heart rate goes up, I am not in danger.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. And then if some days it's okay, then I can push myself a little bit more. Most of the time when I'm like that, cannot push. Most of the time then I'll be like, okay, we slow down.
Yeah.
I talk to myself like I'm a 5-year-old, what you need now.
Yeah, it's good that you listen to yourself. It's super important.
I do that all the time because sometimes I'm just like panicking, and then you really have to like just zoom out a bit, live in the
Yes.
moment. Like I imagine when you're out running in Finland, I've always thought that the Swedish nature is so beautiful. If you just like in the moment, if you just focus on the nature, then you can actually feel like, a lot of people would kill to be in this position, right? And yet you are experiencing this whole fight or flight response thing, living someone else's dream.
Exactly.
And then it's like a very weird kind of dissonance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for example, it's like it's been a bad week. I see rabbit. Today's good day. I saw a rabbit. Or then I see we have a neighborhood fox. Today's a good day. Like you kind of just psych yourself like, hey, you saw a fox today. Today's a good day. Then like a lot of things are perspective. So if I want to say that, wow, Finnish people are very difficult, like wow, they make my life so hard, blah 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 blah. That can happen. Or then I can be like, hey, today someone say good morning to me. But also then I suddenly remember what Mishu had asked just now about like things that I learned. I'm over generalizing, but I think it's a Malaysian trait where you go to another person's country and you learn their culture.
Yes.
Because I've seen many international students and they don't do that.
Yeah.
Because they ask me like, why do you bother to learn the language? If you're gonna leave in 3 years, like, are you planning to get a PR? I was like, regardless of whether I get a PR, like learning the language is fun.
Yeah.
Because then I talk like a Bodo person. But it encourages people to talk to me and to tell me things about their culture.
Yeah.
Because they see that I'm trying.
Is there something you learned about the Finnish culture that you'll keep regardless of where you move?
There is this. My favorite Finnish word is rauhassa, which means rauha means peace.
Okay.
And then rauhassa means to be like at peace or like to be calm. So the way I learned it was because I was watching Bluey, which is the blue colored dog. Yes. And then my boss told me that you can also tell kids to kind of quiet down or like to calm down. Then I realized that if I was a kid and someone just told me to calm down, because I wouldn't realize that I was acting up. I would just be like, but then if someone kind of just reminded me and not shout at me, by the way, it's just to tell me like, calm down, I would kind of just take a step back and just let it like calm down. And then also it's the word that you use when you're in the forest, where you're by the sea or like anywhere. We don't have mountains, so no mountains.
But you would tell each other that?
No, like that this place you are rauhassa, like
okay,
this,
you're
this
at peace.
environment.
Okay, I see.
So it's calm.
Yeah, something I noticed about continental Europe as well is that generally speaking, everyone's speaking at a slightly lower voice.
And like slower.
And everything is a bit calmer. Like no one needs to shout. The message gets sent across equally well. if not better.
But that's the thing that I realized that I wasn't. I'm, to their standards, overly excitable
Yeah.
because I want to do things fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then they just go kind of like, whoa,
Yeah.
let's slow down. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think that's something, I don't know if you've experienced it, Misha, but my husband often has to tell me to langting.
Insane because you
I
are.
hate it so much when he does that, you know. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
even angry. I'm just like excited. I'm happy, and he's like, shh.
But that's the insane
I'm
thing
like, no.
because Eden is already very calm.
Yeah, but I also think like because you were raised in a different environment,
Yes.
Yes.
you need different skills to survive.
Yeah, and then I realized that like I don't have to. So even if I'm learning their culture, I learn to kind of calm down a little bit. But then there are just some things that, I mean, excuse me, I've been like living in Malaysia for 30 years. I've been living in Finland for maybe a year and a half only. So I think it's certain things, if I'm still the way I am, which is kind of like different from what they expect. The good thing is then because they know that I am not Finnish, so they don't expect me to like completely embrace whatever they think is normal.
Yeah.
And I don't get the pressure where like I'm supposed to change every single thing about me.
Mm-hmm.
For example, it's for some people it's quite normal if you bring food to share in the office. If you go holiday, you bring back souvenir. My group is you don't do that. It's just very weird
Mm-hmm.
that you kind of just don't share your food. But then what I do is then I'm like, to me it's so weird that if I have something nice that I don't bring to share with my colleagues. So then it was one time there's this lady in Helsinki. She made really good kueh bingka. And then I cut half and then I decided to bring another half to the office because it's a very normal Malaysian thing that you bring something little bit. So then I was like, you know what? I don't care what their culture is. So then I just kind of just prep them that like, hey, I'm bringing
Something's
this. Yeah, I'm bringing this cake, this Malaysian cake made from tapioca, and we can have it with coffee. Then after that, my boss also. Then he's also kind of learning that I am the very excitable person that I share things. Things are kind of like I'm very friendly. Maybe to his eyes, I'm overly friendly, but then over time, I think they learned that I literally mean no harm. So then after like Monday meetings, he was like, "Okay, let's end the meeting and let's see, let's
have Li
try."
Fang's cake.
Yeah. He was like, "Let's go have Li Fang's cake that she's been shouting about." And then everyone tried. Everyone tried.
Nice.
He hates cake. He doesn't take sweet stuff.
Okay.
But then like he tried, and then everyone tried.
That's nice. I think it should be like a two-way street, right?
Yes.
It's not just that you are adapting to their culture, but
Correct.
since I mean that's the whole point of kind of like these exchanges anyway. I mean we are just enriching both parties' lives.
Yeah.
I feel.
That's
Like,
why,
when are they gonna have kueh bingka?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made my lab taste durian once.
Oh, that's hardcore.
Oh, that is very strong.
That was towards the end of my PhD. I'm like, guys, it's time.
Where did you get it from? Asian market?
No, I brought it from Malaysia. You cannot
Huh?
bring a lot
Frozen,
of fruits
is
and
it?
vegetables from
Frozen.
Malaysia, but you can bring durian.
To torture your European.
Yes. After having lots of conversations with you from the beginning,
Yeah.
the pre to the
Yeah.
beginning to the now, I did feel like there was like a very positive story arc in your journey, and I am honestly super happy like how you managed to overcome all these challenges, and it was tough. I mean, like the first month you were there, you're like, oh my god, it's 20 degrees, it's so cold. To now when you were like texting me, oh yeah, today's only 5 degrees,
Yeah,
it's kind of warm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The other day I texted my mom. She was like, cold ah. I was like, no, today very warm or minus 15. She was like, huh?
so I don't know who are you anymore. With that, thank you so much, Li-Fang, for joining us today and sharing your stories.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Yay! Glad you enjoyed yourself.
And dear listeners, that is a wrap for today. I hope you had as much fun listening to this show as we did recording it. Follow us on your podcast app and check out our TikTok and Instagram at papermache.people. Thank you and see you next time.